quick. Just want to say I have no idea what I'm doing. This is just on my mind. Avatar 2 is a complete, just utterly boring movie. And, normally with like movies, the way I look at them, like a 10 out of 10 is a really great film. You can look at it may look nice, it may have a well written story. Sorry, I just had some chicken. But there are lots of good things to like about a 10 out of 10 movie. Now, a 1 out of 10 movie for me is normally really fucking bad, but I just can't help but love it because it's terrible and it's like a guilty pleasure of mine just to watch bad movies, and I just love them to death for it. But then there's like 5 out of 10 to 6 out of 10 movies, anywhere from 4 to 6, that are just boring as hell and only have one or two things to say I like about it, and everything else I can't really name a negative other than just I was really bored and it was just kind of eh. That's how I feel about the Avatar movies. Now, I'm not going to explain what the fuck those are. Everyone knows what the Avatar movies are. Not the Shyamalan movie. That is completely unrelated and I have not seen that yet. I might though. But what is it? Fucking I watched it I watched it opening night actually with my brother because he's a really big fan of the first film. I'm not. I think that now I don't know. I should probably preface this by saying my thoughts on the first film. Uh, I thought it was kind of meh. I mean, it looks nice. I think it still looks better than Avengers Endgame, and that movie came out like what fucking I don't know 10 years after or whatever 9, and that's pretty much all I have to say. Yeah, it looks nice. Like, and it really does look nice. Even today, it looks fucking nice. But yeah, that's it. Kind of weak story, characters, bare bones, stereotypical. Uh, I can't really add on anything that hasn't been said already, but I really don't care. Now the sequel was basically the first movie, but instead of just Jake, it was his whole family. Kind of in the same role, and it was just kind of stupid. Like I'm sure if they had better writing, it could have turned out good. But the part of the film that absolutely kills me is fucking 90 minutes of fucking teen soap opera bullshit you'd see on like fucking CW or something. That was just stupid and just god awful. But I mean the sequel looks better. I kind of like it more than the first one, but I don't know, it's not really saying much. To me, honestly, I just thought it was more visually interesting to look at. Just because I like science and I think it's actually kind of an interesting idea for a world, but that's not the focus of the movie. It's not, the movie's not to tell a cool story James Cameron thought up of. No, it was because, oh yeah, I want to circle jerk off to fucking CGI and all this cool shit. I mean, yeah, it looks cool, but like, okay, yeah, it looks cool. What else can you tell me about the universe? Uh, it looks cool. Yeah, that's about what the movie is. And the bare bones script that's there from the first film is kind of, oh, okay, I get it. Stereotypical humans, indigenous stuff, Dances with Wolves all over again, but with aliens. And then the sequel just comes in and is just plot contrivance after plot contrivance and bullshit upon bullshit. Now, the first thing that stood out to me was at the very beginning of the film, and I'm not going to issue a spoiler warning. You go see the movie. But, so Quaritch wakes up and he sees this video that Quaritch from the first film made right before the final battle. And I was like, oh yeah, you're a blue dude now. Have fun. And they had to explain this whole jargon that like, oh, We uploaded your memories, your personality, all that to this little drive, and we're growing you a body on Earth. Ugh, sorry. And that was just an excuse to have the actor return, and it felt extremely forced. Like they couldn't come up with a new bad guy since he fucking died in the first film. And there was absolutely nothing mentioning downloading memories and whatnot and blah blah blah. Now there was transferring the consciousness between avatars, I guess. You could kind of infer they could do that, with downloading memories, but it was just an extremely stupid, thing in the plot just to get the bad guy back, which was just, I mean, he's the best part of the film, about all I can say. No, the only issue I had with it was this one scene where he tells the human boy, and I'll get onto that. That's a whole mess right there. But he tells him he'll give him an old school ass whipping. Now, where I'm from in the U.S., we don't say ass whipping. We say ass whooping. So that was the only part I was like, sir, that's not right. But I digress. But then, instead of the unobtainium, that was a really, oh yeah, we need this resource for Earth. It kind of made sense back then. Okay, yeah, we're just going to get this material and go, blah, blah, blah. But, so, unobtainium isn't even mentioned in this movie, despite how prevalent to the plot it was of the first film. And there's not even, an explanation as to what happened to it, or if they're even still looking for it. Now, what they're really looking for, it turns out, is alien brain piss from space whales who are more intelligent than people, apparently. Now, that's pretty much exaggerating, but the stuff literally looks like piss. And it comes from the space whale's brains. And guess what this brain piss does? And I'm going to try and quote the line as best I can, because this is the only explanation in the film we get of the brain piss. It stops human aging, stops it. And that's all we get from the film about what it does. It just utterly stops human aging. Wow. Alright then. Just less than 10 words. And that's the whole MacGuffin of the film. And it's mentioned once in one scene. Oh yeah, another weird thing I had with the film I thought was kind of was a Spider. The character Spider. Now something I find just kind of stupid is his name is Miles, and they call him Spider. I wonder what franchise the writers must have been a fan of. But I mean, he was kind of alright. Interesting concept, I guess. Yeah, that's about all I gotta say. He was just kind of there. This is kind of just my thoughts on the film in general is it's just kind of there. Yeah, it looks nice. The underwater stuff is pretty good. And, there are some standout actors simply because they're good actors. But the writing is just, The music is just kind of, alright, okay, sure. And, yeah. It's just meh. Meh film. I think it's more enjoyable than the first film just because there's more to look at. But, I don't know. You were entitled to like the film if you want to. That's not for me to say, oh, objectively, this film is bad. I don't know. Some people like it. Some people don't. Some people like the first movie. Some people hate the first movie. They're just boring films, in my opinion. They look nice, and they kind of get across, what technology is capable of now, but... yeah, that's about it. Just whatever, I guess. But anyways, see ya.